Guys, welcome to another reading. And I have pre-shuffled this card, Many Masks, the authentic self. Many masks. Okay. I hope everybody's okay. So let's just get right into it. Number 38. Many masks, the authentic self, energizing internal allies, a conscious shift. We live in a world where everyone we see wears a mask. We wear these masks to cover up and protect who we really are. We learn to do so because we've been conditioned to try to appear a certain way to fit into society. Masks allow us to belong, so we remain within the confines of what is expected. Masks are not inherently bad. Rather, they provide context and structure for our personalities and soul's expression. Some of us might believe that a particular mask, fixed and hardened onto us, is our permanent face. We forget that we are living beings with a multitude of faces, enabling us to experience a fuller, more vibrant world. Your authentic essence doesn't want to be constrained by others' expectations anymore. Now is the time to strip away the mask you've accepted and discover who you really are. A new self is emerging, and your perception changes as you adopt new ways of being. Right now, it's really important to allow yourself to experience the world in all its myriad potentials and possibilities. Try on different masks and let yourself be fluid and curious. How will you know what you love and what you resonate with if you don't take off the mask you've always worn and test drive some new ones? Your authentic essence will never change. It will only express itself differently through these optional selves. Through trial and error, you discover more and more about who you want to become. What would it feel like to explore this side of you? Anything is possible if you're willing to open up to your potential. You truly can move beyond the barriers that society has set. Use your imagination and step into the magic. Wow, that's beautiful. So I'm going to show it to you guys so y'all can read it on your own without the mistakes. You know, all that good stuff. Okay, so I think I want to shuffle some of these cards right here and see what pops up or out. And these are the Sacred Forest Oracle cards. These are one of my old decks that I started off with when I first started my channel. Be Spirit, Prosperity. And look, this was one of my very first ones that I did. Not the very first one, but it might have been Prosperity. I'm still waiting on that prosperity, guys. Anyways, Aspen Spirit, Courage. So you've got prosperity and courage. You are prosperous. You are prosperous, collective. What you want, you receive. Without even going out and searching for it, it just comes to you. Because you're grateful, you have gratitude. And this was another one of my first ones, Bluebell Fairy, Gratitude. You're grateful. Your energy is something else, collective. The courage to let go of things. This goes right back to where I was earlier, so let me just shuffle it some more. Beauty came out. You're beautiful, collective. Successful. Prosperity came out again. Or actually, when I cut the deck, growth and prosperity. Activation. Maybe you're going through an activation, something different. Look at all those stars and the strings on that tree. That's beautiful. Protection. You're very protected. You rise like the phoenix from your situations that you go through. You transmute through things. You're like the eagle. You soar high, high above, all the other birds. You like your freedom. Okay. I hope y'all enjoyed that. And now I'm going to get some of these Oracle cards, tarot cards, and see what comes out, okay? I'm not going to make this reading that long, at least I hope it doesn't come out too long. Okay, and get y'all's energy in here as I shuffle the deck. We've got the Eight of Swords again. So somebody's feeling like they're stuck in something. And we got the Seven of Wands again. So maybe you're having to be protected for some reason. You're protecting yourself. There's some kind of truth or communication that you're hoping will come out. Or to find out, maybe. And this one that I picked up was the Eight of Pentacles. You're working on something, or you've been working on something. You're trying to make something beautiful. Maybe at work, you're working on something to come out really nice. The Tower in reverse. Oops. Aye. The Ace of Wands and the World. A completion. A passionate completion, or a completion and an ending. Something's going to end and then start over again with passion, with lots and lots of passion, something that you're going to like. These things all turned over. And that's beautiful. Maybe you're going to find, or you've met somebody that you really care about, that you're passionate about. You want a new start with them, The Death card. There's transformation of some sort. The Emperor. Maybe it's an emperor that's coming into your life, that he's changed, or he's wanting to change, or has changed. Maybe you cut them off. You didn't want anything to do with them. And he's going through maybe a dark soul of the night, or some type of transformation. He's changing. Yep. And here's this Ace of Wands again. He's really passionate about you, collective. He's gone through the Tower. It happened, whether he liked it or not. And maybe something's really bothering him really, really bad, and he wants to show you, how passionate he feels about you, collective, how strongly he feels about you. Okay, and we've got the Queen of Coins. Maybe you're a Queen of Pentacles, collective. Maybe this is you and him, and there's some passion between you guys, and there was an ending. And here we've got the Ten of Cups. And y'all both want happiness together. Both of y'all want to be happy. And make it work. Or you're going to meet someone that's going to be an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Or the guy that you're interested in. He's a fire sign and you're a earth sign. Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. Or you could be a Scorpio as well. And that is a major arcana. So we have one major arcana. The Death card says, if the fool knew that death followed the hangman, he might not have had the courage to live his beliefs so fully. But the truth is, this kind of death is not as scary as he thought. It feels natural, a fitting outcome to leaving behind all that he wasn't to embrace all that he is. That caterpillar butterfly metaphor makes a lot of sense to him now. He truly was dissolved into nothingness in order to be reformed into something more authentic and more alive than before. The layers of identity placed on him by society, family, and his own fears have been peeled off, and he feels, for the first time in a long time, actually free. The divinatory meaning. Events have worked together to create the need for change, a type of change that is organic, a natural outcome, an ending to a stagnant and unhealthy situation. Change is usually scary. Humans prefer the known to the unknown, and loss, even if it clears the way for theoretically better things, is still loss, and it hurts. The advice: change is coming and it is necessary. Don't try to stop it. That means acknowledging grief and taking the time to mourn. To not do so only delays the process and the eventual rebirth. If in reverse, ask yourself, where am I stagnant and clinging to things I need to release? So the need for change. There's a need for change. Something that is stagnant and unhealthy needs to change. Something that you really don't want anymore. You don't really want to be maybe away from this Queen of Pentacles. You don't want to, you want to start something new. Let's see what the Emperor says. And the Emperor is also a major arcana. That's beautiful. So maybe you're becoming more organized, more structured. The Emperor is the number 4. He usually stands for structure. Families, business, organizations, and governments need structure in order to function. While archetypally, sorry, I can't say that word. Well, y'all know what I mean. The Empress provides the raw materials. The Emperor handles the harvesting, storing, and distribution of resources. He teaches the fool about responsibilities and obligations, and about serving something greater than himself, as well as how to succeed in life based on their culture. Control of resources can focus on service to others and a greater good, or on simply bolstering one's own wealth and status. If one is to survive the winter or other lean times, Emperor energy is vital. It wields a lot of power, and as we all know, with great power comes great responsibility. The divinatory meaning. The situation is, basically, one of authority and organization. Other cards in the reading will advise whether this is a time of abundance or of want. In either case, a good plan is needed to sort out how to distribute the plenty or how to meet the needs expressed in the situation. This is a time of structure based on logic, reason, and common sense. The advice says, identify the need and develop a plan to manage it. Determine your goal, and then, before taking action, ask yourself if that step moves you closer to your goal. If not, don't waste your time or energy on it. This is not a time to pursue ego-based desires or petty paybacks. If reversed, ask yourself, to whom and how have I given over my autonomy, my authority? Why do I struggle with productivity? In what ways do I disagree with my culture's value system? And let me show it to you guys, because I made a few mistakes. I want y'all to read it to yourselves, if you wish to. And then the death card too, okay? Passed it right on up, didn't I? Okay, there we go. Y'all could read it to yourself. See if it makes a little bit more sense. And then the Ace of Wands. A beautiful new blessing. Beautiful new beginning. Very passionate beginning. Very passionate start. A job. A career. Something. The universe, a passionate lover. The universe is handing you a gift, an opportunity. There's something you want to express or do or create, and the Ace of Wands is like a big thumbs up signal to go ahead and take the plunge. Whether it is starting a new career or taking on a community service project or creating a piece of art, the energy of this card will provide the burst of power needed to get it off the ground. The advice says just do it. And if it was reversed, a missed opportunity or delay or dissatisfaction. So it's upright, so you are going to have satisfaction. You're not going to miss that opportunity. And the Queen of Coins, oh, hold on, guys. I don't know why, but I'm just going to show y'all the Ace of Wands. It was short and sweet, but just in case you don't want to see it for yourselves. The reason I stopped showing the cards and the meanings and the pages was because a bunch of them were blurry, so I was like, darn it, not even putting them to be, good enough to read. The Queen of Coins knows that comfortable and beautiful environments help people be their best selves. She is the master of do-it-yourself and turning trash into treasures. If there is a joy to be found in making a gourmet meal out of a few eggs and a potato, she will find that joy and serve a wonderful dinner, complete with lovely place settings. With her, no matter the project, details will always be taken care of. The advice is create as much comfort and beauty in your world as you can and pay attention to the smallest of details. Reverse fixating on end results, overspending, and extreme frugality. And I'm going to read the Ten of Cups too, okay? The Suit of Cups, like a fairy tale, ends with a happily ever after card. In this moment, the hard work of fostering healthy, loving relationships culminates in a sense that all is right with the world. In addition, looking from this vantage point at the future is glorious. You are all sharing the same beautiful dream and ready to take the next step together. The future may bring challenges, but you know together you can face anything. Oh, that's so sweet. Advice. Really enjoy this feeling. Imprint it in your heart and make sure your loved ones know without a doubt how you feel. You can draw on this feeling for strength during hard times, and in reverse it would be showing a false front, family arguments, and broken promises or vows. I really hope that's clear. Okay, and that y'all like me to show you the page as well. Okay, so now I'm going to read, it's 2121, Lizard Regeneration. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt. Embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. So no matter what happens, collective, you can adapt. You can start all over. You can be okay with, failing at something and just, pick up where you left off and continue on. I lost the book, did I? Oh, here it is. It's okay. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's not gonna, you're not gonna sit there and freak out about it. You're just gonna pick up where you left off and just be just as happy. No matter what happens, you can adapt. Lizard, smart, adaptable, quick, camouflage, regeneration, growth, instinctual, stillness, survivor, and dreamer. Because you can always make up another dream. If one doesn't work out, you can always do something else. You're not going to sit there and say, oh my goodness, that didn't work out. I'm a failure. You're just going to pick up and say, you know what, I'm going to try something else. I'm going to do something else I like. There's just not one thing that we like to do. There's many things we like to do. And God will help you in everything that you put your mind to do. In anything that you put your mind to do. Okay. Lizard is an ancient one. They are reptiles from an older time. Their quick action and quirky maneuvers outwit and confuse their adversaries. Lizards survive. Lizard is sometimes called the little dragon. Lizard medicine has the power of regeneration and transformation. Lizards can shed their skin, their tail, let go of the past, and step into a positive future. Lizard people know they can survive anything and heal against incredible odds. They are powerful dreamers and should pay attention to messages that come from their subconscious. You can receive warnings that will help you avoid pitfalls. If lizard is your totem, you have the little dragon within. Dragons are those who are free of the limitations of the past and transform into greater awareness of self and personal power. With lizard medicine, you can transcend injury and hardship. Lizard people regrow and renew themselves into wholeness. Clairvoyance and extrasensory perception belong to the evolved lizard. Wow, that's beautiful. It says, do you need to discard layers of your life? Do you need to scurry away from something? Do you have old wounds? Take time to bask in the sun's healing rays. Hurry and scurry away from worry. Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah, if you're somewhere or you go somewhere and you soon realize that it doesn't feel right, you feel kind of like a fish out of water, you know what I mean? Something like that. And you feel you're not wanted, you feel you're not being, there's just something about wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, that makes you feel that you have to get away from that place. Hurry and scurry away from that place, you know? The way it says, do you need to scurry away from something? So don't stay if you don't feel loved, if you don't feel that your love that you're sending out to somebody is being returned back to you. There's so many opportunities in this world, and the only way that we keep ourselves from succeeding is not understanding that, like, let's say for example, a relationship, it doesn't work out. That's because God doesn't want you to be unhappy with someone who doesn't really treasure you and loves you the way you should be loved, the way God loves you, you know? And why would you want to be with somebody who doesn't love you, you know? Why would you want to be suffering somewhere where somebody is giving you a hard time all the time, lying to you, being deceitful, being, disrespectful, talking bad about you, hurting your feelings? Only you know your story, collective. And I pulled out this card, Great Fortune. Sorry, I just skipped from one place to another, but I saw it and I didn't want to forget to say it. Great Fortune. So maybe if you do leave this person, if you do have a person that's it's not working out, there was an ending. Maybe you're going to meet a new person, an emperor, a fire sign. Doesn't have to be, but just somebody who's structured and well off and is respectful. That's what you need. Somebody to respect you, to care for you. Maybe just maybe there'll be a marriage in the future somewhere. A different path, an ending to having to deal with someone who doesn't respect you, who doesn't love you, who doesn't show you love, who, where it's just the spark is gone. Maybe it's not that they disrespect you, but there's just, I don't know, I'm going on and on. Maybe nothing of this makes any sense, but I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. It went a little bit longer than I thought it would. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me. And I hope you subscribe and like the video if you liked it. Take care, and I'll see y'all on my next reading. And I hope God helps you complete all your jobs that you're doing, anything that you're getting into, and that He helps you survive. Be a survivor like this lizard. No matter what happens, you can adapt. Embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. Anyways, take care, and I'll see you on my next reading. Bye-bye.